Before we get started, I want to be clear. Everything on this channel is for educational and personal growth purposes only. Nothing here should be considered financial advice. As May wraps up, the market finds itself in a very interesting position. A potential rate hike is being priced in. Geopolitical tensions with Iran remain. But despite these two factors, the Nasdaq, Dow, and S&P 500 are all sitting near fresh all-time highs. My name is Garrett Crow. I am a finance major at Washington State University and an active stock and ETF trader. In 2025, my portfolio had an annual ROI of 49%. When I first started my portfolio, I made it my goal to grow it to 7 figures. So if you do want to follow me on my 7-figure journey, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And for daily short form stock analysis content, make sure you check out my TikTok and or Instagram. In today's video, I will be conducting a thorough portfolio review. I like to do these videos at the end of every single month for transparency purposes. What I will be covering specifically in this video is the logistics in my portfolio, how I did in the month of May, and what I am looking to do in the month of June. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about my portfolio's logistics. When we take a look at my portfolio's total value, it is currently valued at $14,659, which is about $700 higher than it was in my last portfolio update. As for my most significant holdings, not much has changed. Still, SoFi, Palantir, and Robinhood are my three biggest positions, all sitting at about 14% of my portfolio. Second, let's talk about how I performed in the month of May. When we take a look at my realized gain loss, at a realized gain of $242 and a realized loss of 0. Now, honestly, the realized gain for the month of May was definitely a little underwhelming. I typically like to aim for anywhere between $600 and $800, so I definitely fell short there. Now, when you look on the bright side, I did have a realized loss of $0, which is ideal. So it's hard to complain about that aspect of the realized gain loss. Let's take a closer look at the actual trades. So as you can see, I sold 4 positions in the month of May, 3 of which were actually iron. Now, per my trading strategy, I typically don't like to sell entire positions all in one order. I like to sell and buy stocks in chunks. So I sold 2 shares of iron at about a 24.5% ROI, another 2 shares at about a 26.5% ROI, and then a whopping 10 shares at about a 34.5% ROI, leaving just 4 shares remaining in my portfolio. The other trade I made was very early in the month of May. I sold 4 shares of FCX for a calm 10% ROI. Overall, despite the fact May was not a particularly active month, I still made 4 trades with a nice profit while maintaining a $0 realized loss. Third, what am I looking to do in the month of June? 1, I am looking to sell my Tesla position right around that $460 level. And I'm also looking to dilute my CCL, Carnival Cruise Line position, right around that $31 level. But when I zoom out of it and look at the bigger picture, my primary focus in the month of June is going to be to better meet my VIX allocations. In the month of May, to put it simply, I was too aggressive. A lot of the times I didn't have as much cash on the sidelines as my VIX allocations would suggest. So the biggest thing I learned in the month of May is to prioritize my VIX allocations. Early in the month, I invested too much money. I didn't have enough cash on the sidelines, and it made it that much harder for later in the month to really meet my VIX allocations. In conclusion, May was definitely a slower month, especially compared to the previous months, but Overall, I'm still satisfied with the outcome. Having a realized loss of $0 and closing out several trades for a profit is always a good thing. Moving into the month of June, my primary focus is going to be to meet my VIX allocations. I want to show my appreciation to the ones who made it to the end. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe. And for daily short form stock analysis content, make sure you check out my TikTok and or Instagram. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing day. Thank you.